Good morning, children. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning,
Ma'am,
children.
very good. A very good morning, ma'am.
Very good morning.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning, children.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, I made a diagram of a curving figure. Can I show to you?
Listen, children. Uh, Today I will continue discussion of question answer of chapter light. And after completion of question answer, if you will have any question, you can ask me. Okay? Right now,
Okay, ma'am.
right now I will mute you because some background sound is coming, so I will mute you, and after discussion of question answer again I will unmute you to interact with you. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have made it a diagram of a convex mirror. Can I show to you?
Okay, you can show your diagram. I had given this
Ma'am,
homework.
I am showing.
Okay, so only one ray diagram you have drawn. What about rest? You are showing that the ray is coming through center of curvature, so after reflection it will retrace its path. This ray diagram is showing the ray, incident ray is coming through center of curvature, and after reflection it retraces its path. Correct diagram, it is okay. Now should I start question answer discussion?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all of you will underline in the book. Question is
Ma'am,
first.
I have also made a diagram.
Okay, show your diagram.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hurry up.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, this diagram is showing that. Ma'am, my video is visible.
Listen, you have not put arrow when the ray is coming parallel to principal axis. You have shown, but arrow is missing. Now it is correct. Okay, never forget to put arrow. Without arrow, marks may be deducted.
Principal axis and passes through the focus of the mirror after this section.
Very good, correct. Now see question answer. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
First question, had you completed? Fill in the blanks.
Yes, ma'am, completed.
Now see second question, true or false? The image formed by a plane mirror shows the right side of the object as its right side and the left side of the object as its left side. It is false. Right, false? Yes, it is false. Second question, when we stand between a pair of parallel plane mirrors, we can see an infinite number of images. It is?
True.
Yes, it is true.
Ma'am, it's true.
Yes, write down true. Next question. A concave mirror can never form a virtual image of an object. False. In one case, yes, because in one case concave mirror forms virtual image. What is that case? When the object is between pole and focus, the image will be virtual. Okay, so this is statement, a concave mirror can never form a virtual image of an object, it is false. Next, fourth number, we can use either a concave mirror or a convex mirror as the reflector in torches. It is false. In torch, concave mirror, yes, concave mirror is used as a reflector, so it is false. Next, motor vehicles generally use either a plane mirror or a convex mirror as their rear view mirror. What is it?
It is absolutely false.
False, because in that convex mirror is used. Plane mirror is not used, convex mirror is used. So it is false.
Yes, ma'am.
Next question is, fifth is false. Now question number C, take the correct option. The angle of incidence equals the angle between the incident ray and the second option is correct. Normal at the point of incidence. Normal at the point of incidence. Second option is correct. Normal at the point of incidence. Next, question number 2. C2. A ray of light falling normally on a plane mirror gets reflected in such a way that it becomes parallel to the mirror surface after reflection. Now makes an angle of 30 degree with the plane mirror. Now makes an angle of 60 degree with the plane mirror. Just retraces the path. Last option is correct. Just retraces the path. Last option is correct. Okay, children?
Please repeat C1.
Now, next question. 3. The central point of the section of the sphere used for making a spherical mirror is known as the pole of the mirror. Central point of the section of the sphere. Not sphere, section of the sphere. It is the central point of the section of the sphere. Used for making a spherical mirror is known as the pole of the mirror. Pole of the mirror. Have you done?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can you please repeat C1?
C1.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
C1 normal at the point of incidence. Answer of C1 is normal at the point of incidence. And C2 answer is just retraces the path. And C3 answer is pole of the mirror. The central point of the section of the sphere. The central point of sphere not. It is central point of the section of the sphere. Okay. Used for making a spherical mirror is known as pole of the mirror. Have you done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Next question you have to solve. I will see whether you can solve it or not. If you will be unable to solve, then I will tell you the correct answer. Question is, the distance between the object and its image in a plane mirror is 6 meters. Now you can see, this is plane mirror. And suppose this is image. Okay. Now question is saying, and this is object. The distance between the object and its image is 6 meters. Means from here to here it is 6 meters. 6 meters. And you know the object is as in front of the mirror, or the image is as behind in the mirror as the object is in front of the mirror. It means object is at meter. Between object and image, the distance is 6 meter. It means from the mirror to object, the distance is 6 by 2 is equal to 3 meter. Now, if the object moves 1 meter towards the mirror, then the distance between the object and its image will be what? Can any one of you solve it?
Ma'am, what?
Read the question and solve it yourself. If you will not solve it correctly, then I will disclose the correct answer. Yes.
5 meter.
5 meter is the correct answer.
How can you say it is 5 meter is correct answer? Question number 4 and listen children, I have made you understand. So 4 and 5 you solve it yourself. Slight tricky. You have to apply your critical sense. Okay? Think critically and solve it. I don't want to make you
Ma'am, 4 meter. Ma'am, 4
solve it and then you tell me later. Okay? It is your homework. Do it yourself. And if you will be unable to do, then I will tell and then I will solve it on the blackboard. Okay? It is your homework. Next question D1. Explain clearly the difference between a real image and a virtual image. Give one example of a virtual image. You can underline in the book. Real image can be formed on the screen and virtual image cannot be obtained on the screen. Real image is formed by actual intersection of the reflected rays and virtual image is formed by apparent intersection of the reflected rays. One example of a virtual image, you have seen plane mirror forms a virtual image. So have you underlined children? Page number?
Page number 181.
Yes, page number 181.
Apparent reflection of a reflected mirror is called a virtual image.
First paragraph. All of you underline page number 181, first paragraph.
Yes, ma'am.
The image formed due to actual intersection of the reflected rays is called real image. And this image can be obtained on the screen. And virtual image, it appears to be formed through the intersection of the reflected rays. Means it appears, in actual it does not intersect. It is apparent intersection of the reflected rays. The image formed by apparent intersection of the reflected rays is called virtual image. Okay? Virtual image cannot be obtained on the screen. Real image can be obtained on the screen. Virtual image cannot be obtained on the screen. Real image is formed by concave mirror and virtual image is formed by convex mirror, and plane mirror also forms virtual image. Have you written children?
Ma'am, what you have told about the
Virtual image is formed by convex mirror and plane mirror, and real image is formed by concave mirror.
ma'am, you have told that
Written children,
virtual.
you have to write the difference in tabular form. All of you have written.
D1.
Next question.
Ma'am, please repeat the D1 question.
Let me see what's the question. D1. D1 just now I told you. Difference. Explain clearly the difference between a real image and a virtual image. Real image is formed by actual intersection of the reflected rays, and virtual image is formed by apparent intersection of the reflected rays. Next point, real image is formed by a concave mirror, and other side you will write virtual image is formed by plane mirror and convex mirror. One example of a virtual image, you have seen image formed by plane mirror is a virtual image. Next question, how does changing the distance of the object from a convex mirror affect the size and nature of the image formed by it? Can you say the answer, children?
Yes, ma'am. Changing the distance of the object from a convex mirror doesn't affect the size and the nature of the image formed by it.
In convex mirror, there is no change in the size and nature of the image. If we change the distance of the object from a convex mirror, there is no change. In concave mirror, there is change. But in convex mirror, if you change the distance of the object from the mirror, the size and nature of the image will be not changed. Did you understand? You can underline. You can underline.
Yes, ma'am, I can understand.
Page number 5. Have you given the reading of the chapter where it is written? Can you find out?
What?
Question. Question is question number 2. How does changing the distance of the object from a convex mirror affect the size and nature of the image formed by it? In convex mirror, the nature and size of the image remains same. A convex mirror will form virtual, erect and diminished image. Page number 192. You must know 8 point. Point number 8. Page number 192. Page number 192. You must know 8 point. Point number 8. The image formed by a convex mirror is always a virtual and erect. This image is smaller in size than the object. So you have seen that in convex mirror, if you change the distance of the object from a convex mirror, the nature and size of the image remains same. It does not change. It is virtual, erect and diminished. Write down. Point number 8. Virtual, erect and diminished image will be formed. If you change the position of the object from the mirror, then also the nature, size and position of the image will remain same. It will be virtual, erect and diminished. Have you done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you have written?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now next question is, draw a ray diagram to show the formation of an image when the object is placed between C and F point of a concave mirror. So you will draw the diagram of concave mirror like this. You see, this is concave mirror, outer surface is polished. Now you can write midpoint P, then this is F
Ma'am,
and
I'm
this
here
is
F
C.
and I'm here C.
Now object question is, Draw ray diagram to show the formation of an image when the object is between C and F. Now put the object between C and F. This is object AB. The ray is coming parallel to principal axis. After reflection, it will pass through focus. Okay? And the second ray will pass through focus. It is passing through focus, and after reflection, it will be parallel to principal axis. The two rays are intersecting each other here. Okay? So this is the image. A dash, B dash, you can name the image. This image is which type of image? Real, inverted and magnified. And what is its position? It is formed beyond C. Did you understand, children?
Yes, ma'am.
If the object is between C and F, the image is formed beyond C. This image is real, inverted and magnified. And what is its position? It is formed beyond center of curvature. Okay, so you have to draw this diagram. It is given in book also. You can see page number. Page number 188, first ray diagram. Page number 188, first ray diagram. Have you done? Children, have you done? Page number 188, first ray diagram. Object is between center of curvature and